Hello and welcome to the Washington Council for High School College Relations Virtual College Planning Day. We're really excited that you're here joining us to learn about 3 great schools in our session. I have a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can direct your questions to a specific school or schools by including the school's name in your question, or you can leave a question for all of our representatives to answer about their programs. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. That's why that Q&A button is so important. And this is just one of many different sessions that are happening as a part of this programming, so be sure to sign up for more happening later today. And this presentation, like all the presentations, they're being recorded and they're going to be available within about a week at the same website where you registered, strivescan.com/washcouncil. So you can watch this one again, share it with family or friends, and check out more great programs across all of the sessions that we have available. So now I'd like to welcome our first school and turn it over. So today we're going to be hearing first from Central Washington University, followed by Seattle Pacific University and Olympic College. So we're going to kick it off right now with Central Washington.
Perfect. Good morning. I'm just going to get my screen up there for everyone to see. So hello, my name is Andrea Baber, and I am a senior admissions counselor with Central Washington University. My position is a little unique. I am regionally based over in Western Washington, specifically the Kitsap County area. And my territory does include Kitsap County all the way over to the peninsula into Tacoma. And I'm actually from the Puyallup-Tacoma area, so it's kind of nice to be able to grow up in this area and work with students in this area as well. So I'm here to talk about Central Washington University. Just in case you didn't get the context clues, we are located in the center of Washington State, specifically in Ellensburg. That is our main campus. But we do also have several other campuses around the state. So those are our centers. There are several located over in Western Washington. And the big thing to note about our centers is that you have to have your Associates of Arts degree first, and then you can attend one of those. And then they also offer a limited program listing, whereas our Ellensburg main campus offers all of our programs. And we'll dive into programs momentarily. But from the Kitsap area, I am about 3 hours away. From Seattle, we're an hour and a half. Spokane, we're 3 hours, Portland, 4 hours. So we really are the center of the state of Washington. If you've ever gone over the mountain pass off I-90 towards Spokane or towards Pullman, you have more than likely stopped and had a lunch or gotten gas in Ellensburg. We are located, like I said, on the east side of the mountain pass. So we do have really easy access to skiing and snowboarding if that's something you're interested in. We also have great hikes. We have the Yakima Valley River that runs through. So there's camping and hiking all around. We also are really well known for our fly fishing. And then we're also close to the gorge. So when things start to open back up and we can get concerts back up and running, our students really like to be able to go over to the gorge and to enjoy some concerts. We do have approximately 12,343 students total for our Central Washington University campus. And something a little bit different from Western Washington is that we get 300 days of sunshine a year. We also get all 4 seasons, which is really nice because it's so nice to see that transition from, spring to summer, summer to fall, fall to winter, but then also have that beautiful sunshine. So let's talk a little bit about the programs that we offer. So we have over 135 majors and programs that students can choose from. We offer real-world experiences, and it's where you can really conduct and publish research as an undergrad student. And I like to talk about that too because of our size. We're a medium-sized institution. Really, we don't have as many graduate students or students in general competing for some of those opportunities. So we really look to our undergrad students for those opportunities, and it's something awesome for you to gain experience, put it on your resume, and maybe help you land that job after your 4 to 5 years at Central. So like I said, size, we have faculty to student ratio of about 18:1. Average class size is 25. We're just not designed to have large lecture halls. There's nothing wrong with, universities that have several hundred people in a lecture hall. But I think the largest hall that we offer is about a 75 person. It's just a different in style. Our professors and classes, our classes are all taught by professors and faculty, not by graduate students. And they really do care about your academic success. So you're more than just a number and a seat to them. They're going to get to know you, your name, what you're interested in. They're going to know maybe the parts where you're struggling, and they're going to be there to offer their help and support. So we do have some unique majors to Central. So one of the top ones is our aviation management program, where you can get a degree in becoming a professional pilot. We also offer EMT paramedicine, actuarial sciences. And if you have never heard what an actuary is, it's very close to math, a math degree. They do like risk assessment for big businesses. We have construction management. And then we also have global wine studies and craft brewing. And I like to let people know that no, you are not just sipping and tasting alcohol in these classes. There's a lot of science and chemistry that goes into them. And it is such a booming industry in Washington, and specifically Eastern Washington and Central Washington, that these are two really prominent programs that we offer. And then we also have sports management and apparel, textiles, and merchandising. And then I always get the question, well, what are your top majors? So some of our top majors would include stuff in the College of Business, education, music, and the sciences. And the great thing about Central is that you don't need to have a specific major in mind when you get here. You could take your time, explore, and then decide. But we do have a few that have a two-step process to get in, such as music, where there is an audition component. All right, so really going to go briefly about student life and activities. There's always something going on campus. This fall, we're really looking forward to starting to get back to some normal activities that we have for students, such as open mic nights. We want to bring back sporting events. We do have our CIRC, the Student Union Recreation Center. We always have that open with our outdoor rentals and pursuits. Again, so if you're an outdoorsy person, but you didn't bring a tent to campus with you, you can rent that from that office and also go on excursions with them. We also have student jobs. So if you're looking to get extra cash or to help pay your way through college, that's a great opportunity, as well as study abroad. We go to, all 7 different continents. There's lots of opportunities there to go and study abroad throughout your time at Central. And also, I just love this picture of goat yoga. I think goats are super cute, and I wish that was there when I was a student. So we also have over 100 clubs and organizations. This is just a small snapshot of what we offer. There's going to be some that are associated with your major that you're interested in or a future career path, and then some that might just be culturally based, or some that are just something for fun, such as our Geek Club, which is gamers enjoying each other's company. So again, there's always something going on for everyone on campus. We're also NCAA Division II for our sports. So this is a list of our men and women's varsity athletics. If you do not see your sport here, that's okay. You'll probably see it on our intramural or maybe our club sports teams. Intramurals are so popular among our students. You can go and compete with your friends against your classmates or your other students that live in the residence hall with you. And you compete for things like free food, free t-shirts, and other fun swag. Now, a little bit about how to apply to Central. So just so you know, we are on what's called rolling admissions, which means that we will continue to accept applications even past our priority deadline, which is March 1st. The first step is to find our online application on our website. There is a $60 application fee or fee waiver. We'll need your official high school transcripts. And then SAT and ACT scores are completely optional. So if you didn't have a chance to take them because of COVID or another reason or another, don't worry about that. And then we guarantee admissions to students who have a 3.0 cumulative GPA or above and have met our CATER requirements, which I have on the screen. If you don't quite have a 3.0, that's okay. The lowest GPA that we can consider is a 2.0. So if you have below a 3.0, we just might ask for some additional documents, such as a personal statement. And don't stress about that. We have lots of instructions on our application on how to submit a successful personal statement. A little bit about paying for college and finances, because I know that it is such a big thing to consider when choosing a college. So our current cost of tuition and fees for a full academic year is $8,265. We throw in an estimate for room and board. So that's not only your room, but also your meal plan. And then we also put up an estimate for other books and supplies that could include, parking pass, gas money, or if you're deciding to do some of those other things I talked about, such as excursions, or maybe paying for a Zumba class that we offer on campus. But you're looking at an estimated grand total of about less than $22,000 for an entire academic year. Which we do have lots of different ways where you can learn how to help cover the cost of that. These are some of the online experiences that we offer. Just know that financial aid also offers many opportunities as well. So all of the admissions counselors, including myself, have online admissions appointments that you can make through our online system. They can be over the phone or over a Zoom meeting. Really, I've helped students just answer quick questions, or they'll pull up their screen and I'll walk them through the application. So I can definitely help there. We also are offering virtual campus tours, transfer Tuesdays, and we offer Spanish speaking appointments as well. And again, this is our contact information for myself and all of my colleagues. So please let me know if you have any questions in the chat.
Thank you so much, Andrea, for sharing Central Washington University with everyone today. Our next school is going to be Seattle Pacific University.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope wherever you're watching from is sunny and nice right now. I know I have been appreciating the sun. We've had great weather in Seattle this past week. My name is Luke. I'll be talking about SPU today. I would love for y'all, I don't know if y'all are able to throw something in the chat, any questions y'all might have. The three of us presenting today, love when we actually get to chat with y'all, whether that's even just through a tiny little chat or like a yay or a hi or a smiley face in the chat. We love those. I never thought I'd be like a Twitch streamer for my job, but that is what our jobs have turned into. So if there's our questions, again, we want to be helpful. We're going to give you all a lot of information today about all these different schools. So we'd love to answer any specific questions that y'all might have too. Layla, I see that. I see that smiley face. That gives me life. I love that. All right, so for today, if y'all have not heard about Seattle Pacific before, we're going to talk about who we are, how to apply, some next steps as well. But first, I like talking about what is an admissions counselor? What do we do? So I am the assistant director of admissions here at SPU. I've been here for 5 years. I worked all over the place back in the day. I was actually a student at Seattle Pacific as well. So they somehow let me come back and work for them, which I'm still kind of shocked by, but it worked out okay. When I was looking for colleges, one of the biggest things for y'all to know is that I think a lot of y'all are juniors. I think there might be some seniors in the mix too. No matter where you're at in the college process, us in admissions, we want to be basically like the Google search engine for all of our schools, right? If you have questions about Central, Andrea is going to be a great resource for you. If you have questions about Seattle Pacific, I'm going to be a great resource for you, right? Think of us as our own little Google search engines that if you're like, I wonder what the chocolate chip cookies taste like at Seattle Pacific, are they good? They are fantastic. And I'm happy to tell you about that too. So always kind of remember, whatever process you're in with your college process, use your admissions counselors at your different schools. Once you kind of start getting a list of maybe like your 5 to 7 top schools, use us to kind of help through that process, whether that's testing, majors, campus life, the food. The food is a very important question about the college process. You can see there, my pies are in fact my favorite dessert. If y'all had any questions about what type of pies, I'm happy to talk about that later. But I know I'm limited on time here today. But again, we always want to start off with this. We know the college process is a lot. We know that some of you are able to have siblings, parents or guardians be some of the people that are helping to support you in the process. And some of you all are having to figure this out kind of by yourself, or maybe with the help of a school counselor or a mentor there too. And so we want to come alongside and partner with you in that too. As far as Seattle Pacific itself, one of the things to know about our own campus is that while you're kind of looking at our schools, here's going to be some basic information about us, right? So we're only about 2,700 students. That's pretty small. That's actually smaller than some of the high schools I visited, which is wild. But when you're looking at kind of our class size, we're still going to be about that 21 student size. But as you're looking at our schools, one thing to know is that we're actually a nationally ranked school as well. So when the U.S. News and World Report nationally ranking, that basically means we have enough undergrad college programs, we have doctoral level programs that were on that national ranking. So one of the things that we get to do is kind of combine our small aspect. You really get to know your professors and students around you, and we're in the middle of Seattle. I think if you've been to Seattle, I don't know if y'all have access to put stuff in the chat, but we'd love to know what fun stuff you've done here. If you can see my mouse here, one of the biggest things that I love about this picture is, one, it shows the sun, right? Blue sky. How crazy is that? It does exist in Seattle too. So there is blue sky here. That I did not doctor this photo, but this downtown area, we're right above the hill in Queen Anne Hill. So you'll see there's not too many skyscrapers around here. We're kind of in a residential neighborhood. We actually, this canal, if you can still see my mouse, goes all the way across campus. So when you look at our school, not only do we have literally Seattle right outside in our backyard, we have this cool canal that comes across. You can actually like literally see sailboats like driving, sailing is the word, sailing past campus, right? But what that means for you is that we get to really focus on connecting you to the city. Even in your first couple of years, we're asking those questions of how are you going to engage in the city around you? How are you going to engage in these jobs and these careers? Y'all may have heard of some companies like Amazon, Starbucks. If you've had Starbucks this morning, raise your virtual hand. Starbucks, Nordstrom's, REI. We have companies like Tesla, SpaceX that our graduates have gone on to work on. We're really focusing on how to connect with that city very, very early on. Obviously, we know that a lot of y'all come in for your majors. That's a huge part of our programs is our academics. One of the things that I always love talking about is our study abroad programs. We do about 300 different study abroads, kind of connecting students with the different areas to literally travel. We're excited to hopefully start bringing more of these study abroad programs back. And we basically just announced our plans to be back in person for this fall. So again, like most of us, we miss seeing our students in person. We're very excited to see y'all again. And so cannot wait to be back in person for the fall. When you're in these classes, you're going to know we're a small school, right? I said about 3,000 students. We still have about 70 different majors to choose from. So we have a lot of options for our students. Some of our top programs, obviously being in Seattle, business, computer science, psychology, but we also have really unique programs like music therapy, the only university in the state of Washington to have that, apparel design, apparel merchandising, politics, philosophy, and economics triple major, right? So we're able to combine a lot of these cool programs, but we also don't expect you to have it all figured out. I love that. That was mentioned earlier today too. We really don't expect y'all, especially as juniors, to have the next like 6 years of your life planned out, know exactly what your major is, know what your job is. Again, with our mentor program, that's one of the things where we have about almost 2,000 different professionals, people working in the Seattle area, working with the Sounders, with the Seahawks, with Microsoft, with Amazon, that literally just want to hang out with our students and say, hey, what is it that you're interested in? What is it that you want to be a part of? And help you kind of decide on your careers. Almost 80% of our students do internships. Often we're looking at how to combine those things in those academic programs. And all of our programs have some of the highest accreditation you can have. Our engineering programs are ABET accredited, highest accreditation. They can have that, same with our business schools. We really want to focus on that. But it's also okay for y'all to look at some of these programs that may be a little unique and find something that really speaks to you too. Next thing I like talking about is being a Christian school. We kind of even have a different approach to faith than a lot of other schools do too. So we're, while faculty and staff are all come from a Christian background, there's about 30 different denominations represented there, from Catholic to Protestant to non-denominational to anything else you can think of on the faculty and staff side. There's not one cookie cutter belief for any of our faculty and staff. And for students, we don't require a faith statement or chapels or anything like that too. For students wanting to dive deeper in the Christian faith, plenty of resources and options there. But we know that we have students coming from all different religious backgrounds too. And what I love is that we're able to have those conversations and really speak into those areas too. And regardless of where you're coming from, the thing that this really drives us as a university is to ask, how are you going to make an impact on the world around you? How are you going to do business, not just to make a profit, but to really impact the people around you that need help? Seattle is a great city. It's a big city, has a lot of fun things in the city. I love Pike Place Market. I love fish and chips. But there's also a lot of need in the city too. So we're going to ask a lot of questions about how are you using your program? How are you using the privilege that you have even to be in education to help those that have been underprivileged and help those that need the help too. Lastly, I think we're all going to talk about this and just be so excited for fall when we're able to do these student life pieces again. We are so excited to be back in person this fall. One of the coolest things that we're able to do is really find different ways for you to connect with people, whether that's through the residence halls that you live in, through the different clubs on campus, clubs like you might have in high school, like NETJA, Black Student Union, Pacific Islander Club, clubs that are based around like ethnic or cultural identity, clubs that are based on majors, clubs that are based on all liking video games or all liking spike ball. Intramural programs, I love being involved in that. But again, what you kind of end up with at SPU is that we're a small enough campus. You can't walk across campus without seeing someone you recognize, whether that's from a class, whether that's from playing spike ball together, whether that's from being in a club together, working on a group project. There's always new people to meet. We're big enough that even my senior year, I was looking around and being like, I've never seen this person before. I didn't know they go here. But you kind of have that sense of really, there's so many places to find your community here. I'm literally right outside your door there too. That's a little bit about who we are. Now, I know we're really just waiting for the application process because that's the most fun part of everything that we talk about. But can I just say, if y'all are watching, especially as you've been sitting for a while, like raise your hands. I can see you. Raise your hands and then just pat yourself on the back. If you're watching this right now, y'all are doing so much more to be a part of your college process than I was doing when I was a junior. I was not coming to any of these. I was not watching these. So nicely done. Y'all should be so proud to even be doing this during the pandemic and during all this weird virtual stuff that we have to do. Y'all are going to be so ahead of the game too. So y'all should be really proud of what you're working on as you're prepping for this too. For our application, all you need is the application itself and a transcript. We are continuing to be test optional for this next year. Very excited to continue to be test optional. We know outside of all the issues people have had with taking tests recently, we know that it's not the only way that students can show their progress, right? It's not the best measure of success by any different means. So what we look for a couple different things. So academic ability, writing ability, and then mission fit. If you remember, that mission fit kind of talks about how are you going to impact the world around you, right? What things have you already done to be a part of that impact? So those are all things, test optional. These are all things to think about when you're looking at test optional. But then lastly, this is your timeline too. So again, y'all have plenty of time. Thank you so much for watching this. I'm so glad y'all are here today. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to your admissions counselors at all these different schools and enjoy the next presentations.
Thank you so much, Luke, for sharing Seattle Pacific University and some extra helpful tips for the students navigating this process too. Appreciate that. All right, we're going to be hearing from our third school now, Olympic College.
Well, perfect. Good morning, everyone. My name is Elsa Cryer. I'm the Outreach and Recruitment Manager at Olympic College, and I am just really pleased to be here. I apologize. I think my computer screen is trying to share something a little funny. And so in addition to talking about Olympic College today, I'm also just going to be talking a little broader about community colleges in general as the only community college representative here. So I want you guys to be aware of some of the different options that are available. I wanted to start with a quote that education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. So I really appreciate Luke's energy this morning, because it's true that all of you are taking an awesome and important step right now to prepare for your education and exploring your options. And I wish you very good luck, and Olympic College might be the right choice for you. So we are located in Kitsap County. We have 3 local campuses in Bremerton, Paulsbo, and Shelton. So we have a little bit of the best of both worlds, because we're about a 45-minute ferry ride from downtown Seattle, if you're interested in that. But we also are just about 30 minutes from the Olympic National Forest and some beautiful places if you're interested in seeing that. And of course, we have a robust online campus now more than ever, but looking ahead to fall, we certainly are also planning to return as much as possible to in-person options for you guys as students. So at Olympic College, we're located up here in Washington State, but these are all the different universities that our students have transferred to. So it really is a great place to start if you're still unsure of what's next for you, or if you want to stay local before transferring on to a major university. And so I wanted to highlight some of the differences between a community college and a university. One is the admissions process. So community colleges, there's 34 in the state of Washington. We are considered open enrollment institutions, or have an open door policy. So every student who applies is accepted and welcome to begin studying, where some universities practice selective admissions, where they're looking at your application materials and deciding whether or not you go in. Another major difference is the types of degrees and certificates that are offered. So unique to community and technical colleges is that we offer certificates. Those are short term, as short as 10 weeks and range up to 2 years. Those are also stackable, meaning that you can earn a certificate and then keep going, getting multiple certificates that add together to make an associate's degree. And it's really just what's right for you and how quickly you want to enter the workforce and start earning an income. So if you think the traditional 4-year journey may not be right, that's definitely an option in our professional technical fields. And professional technical means hands-on practical skills you're learning how to do a specific trade. So those are things like welding, nursing, and manufacturing. We also offer associate's degrees designed to transfer to a university. So that's the first 2 years of a bachelor's degree. You certainly have the option after those 2 years to stop and go out into the workforce or go on with your life, but they're also designed to transfer into a university so you can start there as a junior and you only have 2 more years to complete to finish your bachelor's degree. And then Olympic College is a little unique because we have 4 standalone bachelor's degrees. We have over 15 in partnership with our university partners. So there are 15 bachelor's degrees you can earn right in Kitsap County on our Olympic College campuses. So some of the benefits of choosing a community college, we're about 1/3 of the cost of a major university. So for many families, finances can be a bit of a barrier. So it's much less expensive if you're interested in that. Possibly stay closer to home, much smaller class sizes, and a much more diverse student body. So the average age of our student is 28. We have students ranging from 14 to 84, all walks of life of people studying at Olympic College. So you're learning alongside folks who maybe are a lot different from you, and it really enriches the classroom experience. Same thing if maybe you didn't do as well in high school as you were hoping. As an open enrollment institution, it's an opportunity to come into college and be fostered to succeed so you can improve those grades before transferring on to the university of your choice. A lot of flexibility and of course those professional technical degrees. Also, if you're not quite sure what you want to do yet, which is totally fine and totally normal to be undecided, it's a great place for career exploration as well, because you can take a lot of diverse classes in many different subjects, and then those classes will still count towards your associate's degree. So you can delay declaring your major till maybe your sophomore or junior year of college. So these are just some of the university transfer areas of study that we have. We certainly have more than this. So really, no matter what you want to study, you can start at a community college and take those prerequisite or lower division coursework like your English and your math, and then fill your electives with the specific classes that you're interested in taking. I want to highlight our professional technical program. So like I said, we have these plus more. These are hands-on practical skills that make you really appealing to employers. More and more, we need college graduates coming out with specific skills that are ready to enter the workforce. So we offer a lot of programs in very high demand fields. Just to summarize kind of that new student enrollment process, if you are interested in attending Olympic College, it's important to apply for admission and get your ID number to move forward. Make a plan for how you're going to pay for your college, which we can certainly help you with, myself or any of my colleagues in the Welcome Center. We don't require any kind of test scores, ACT or SAT, but we do have you determine your math and English placement, which can be done using high school transcripts or what's called the AccuPlacer. I'll talk about that in just a moment. Get advising, that's the person who helps you choose your classes, and then you can register for classes and start taking those. So like I said, step 1 is to apply for admission. At the bottom of your screen there, you should see a snapshot of the Olympic College homepage, which is olympic.edu. So you can click that red Apply Now button in the upper right-hand corner to start the process. It is free to apply. Everybody is accepted, and there's no test scores or high school transcripts required for that. You can apply right now as open enrollment. We don't have a priority deadline. However, for the fall quarter, our registration is opening May 21st. So right now is the perfect time to get started. You also, of course, want to apply for financial aid. We encourage all students to fill out either the FAFSA or WASFA application, and you can get help doing that through our services as well. I want to call your attention to the OC scholarships we offer. We have an awesome foundation that awards over $300,000 in scholarships only to Olympic College students. So right away, you're competing against a much smaller pool of students. And it's a great opportunity for students. Depending on what you're studying or what you're interested in, there's a type of scholarship that applies to just about everybody. And we have an awesome rate of, if you apply, just about everybody also gets some form of financial help through the scholarships. Our scholarships close April 30th, so you definitely want to get in there and apply as early as possible too. So as I mentioned, you might need to determine your placement, and that can be done by taking our AccuPlacer. It's a bit like Goldilocks. We don't want to put you in courses that are too easy, nor do we want to put you in courses that are too difficult. So it's not pass fail. It's just to judge where your skills are at in English and math, so they know the right level for you to start. You may be exempt from taking the AccuPlacer because we can also use your unofficial high school transcripts to place you into classes as well. Same thing if you've taken that Smarter Balance assessment when you were in high school, you can use that for placement as well. And so I want to call your attention to our Ranger Resources site. This is our asynchronous new student orientation, which means that it is continuously available. And you can log on to Ranger Resources to find out step-by-step everything you need to do to enroll at Olympic College. You can watch videos about what it's like to be a student or how to complete certain steps. And I also want you guys to know you can reach out to us. And so you can click on that student orientation site at the link at the very top of the page, and you'll be connected with us there. So again, I work at the Welcome Center. I encourage you to reach out. You can email us, you can call us. We also have a virtual office right now, so no appointment necessary. You can just drop in connecting through Zoom or phone, and you'll be paired immediately one-on-one with an enrollment specialist who will go into a breakout room to help you navigate the rest of that enrollment process. So that's what I have prepared for you guys today. I know it's a lot of information, but I look forward to answering some of your questions. So don't hesitate to reach out. And yeah, I think Olympic College might be a good choice to consider. Thanks so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Elsa, for sharing Olympic College. All right, so some of you may be seeing that our representatives are dropping some contact information in the chat to make it easier to follow up. So I want to make sure that Elsa can get the Olympic College info in there and that you all have a chance to grab that. And also if there's any Q&A questions last minute. So while we're doing that, I'd like to invite each of our representatives to come back on camera. And we're just going to answer a live Q&A question together while everyone's doing the Q&A and the chat info. So I'd love to hear from each of you going in the same order that you presented. If you could share a favorite event, program, or campus tradition, something that just gives a little extra insight into your student experience. And we'll start with Central Washington. Andrea?
All right. Yeah, I think my favorite event every year is our welcome and move-in weekend, because we just put on so much, different activities. We literally will help you move all of your heavy stuff that you're bringing from home into your hall, make sure you get all set up. And then there's, again, all these different programmings, to make sure that you can find out what clubs are on campus. We do a giant bonfire. And when I say giant, I mean like it's 2 stories high. And then we have the marching band out there for a pep rally. So it is just a lot of fun. And I am especially looking forward to it this year after we weren't able to do that as big last year.
I think this fall, wherever you end up, if you're a senior watching this, like this fall, I think is going to be the most fun everywhere because we're all just like, hey, it's going to be so excited to be back. I think similarly, like we do something called the First Friday. So the first Friday of every quarter, we just plan on doing some type of massive all campus event. So we'll have, we've had all of our hundreds of students march to the match. I actually live, if I showed you my messy living room and apartment, I live right above our soccer field. And so we'll have all of our students march up and over the hill to our soccer field, especially being in Seattle, big soccer culture here. We've had giant glow-in-the-dark paint dance parties. We've had massive laser tag all over campus. We've had all these different things on the first Friday. So you just kind of know to block off your calendar. And the first Friday of this fall quarter, I think is going to be the most fun I think I've ever seen on campus. So I definitely agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think all of us are super anxious to get back to in-person things. One of my favorite days at Olympic College is every spring we have Student Appreciation Day, where we bring in food trucks, a carnival, there's games to play, there's a dunk tank that our president and some of our administrators usually get up on, and all the students are given tickets so that they can just spend it at whatever places they want. And it's just such a fantastic day. It's usually located right when we start to really get a lot of sunshine. It's usually a nice day, and it's just food and fun at the end of the school year to celebrate all the success of our students.
Oh, awesome. I love hearing about all those events. And I agree. I think getting back to all of the fun in-person programs, events, and traditions is something that everyone's looking forward to on colleges across the country for sure. For sure. And I'm sure even for our high school students, some of their school traditions might have changed as well, and are probably pretty excited for that too. Well, we are coming to the end of our time together. So first, I want to thank our admissions representatives. Thank you for sharing not just those facts and figures, but your energy and excitement and passion for the student experience on your campus in and out of the classroom. It is just easy to see, and I hope that all of our attendees feel more curious now after getting just these sneak peeks at each of these schools to learn more after today, because this is just a little window into what all of these campuses have to offer. And these admissions representatives are your number one resource. They're here to answer questions and help you navigate, so there's no question too small. Build those relationships. Thank you for everyone attending and taking time out of your day. We're just so glad that you are here. When you close your window, there's going to be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide us. And again, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for more sessions. And in about a week's time, you'll find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at that same website where you registered, strivescan.com/wash council. So best of luck, enjoy your upcoming sessions, and have a great day. Thanks for being here. Bye.